I started to read the Word after my prayer time. And I was just happened to be in the book of Revelation at that time and started with chapter 1. And when I got to chapter 2, verse 7, it started to deepen the word that he was speaking to me. Afternoon, everybody. Christian here. Today, I do have a prophetic word for you, and it is very encouraging. Let me try to give you a little backstory here. Every day when I get up, I go outside and I spend some time in prayer first thing in the morning. And I have this, I don't know, it's just a little thing that I do with the Lord. I go out there and I'm praying. I pay attention to the wind. I sometimes find myself out there and it's like really still, there's no wind. And so I'll be praying, and then while I'm praying in the middle of it or something, if I feel that wind start to pick up, I know he's there, you know. It's just one of those things between me and him. And I've grown very accustomed to it, and I don't even think about it anymore, but every now and then it'll hit me a certain way, you know, from the side or from this side, or strong or very gentle, or even from behind sometimes. And I just kind of tickled by it personally. Anyway, I say that so that I can tell the rest of the story. A few days back, I went outside for my morning prayer, and as soon as I stepped outside, the wind hit me smack in the face. Not from this side, not from this side, but straight on, because I felt it hit both of my ears at the same time, because they kind of stick out there. Anyway, so as soon as I felt it, I knew prophetically that the Lord was telling me something. I didn't know what it was, but he was getting my attention with the wind hitting me smack in the face. And I thought, okay, I hear that. I mean, I'm not even started the prayer yet, but I see what's going on here. But sometimes with the prophetic, the way that it's given to you isn't necessarily given to you all in one part, or, you know, a long drawn out word that you can then turn around and explain to somebody else. Oftentimes, I'll hear a little piece, and then I'll know to wait, and then God will give me more later. And so this is one of those words. After I had heard that beginning of the word, just the wind hitting me smack in the face and feeling that breeze, unlike any other that I felt before, this one coming straight at me, I started to read the word after my prayer time. And I was just happened to be in the book of Revelation at that time and started with chapter 1. And when I got to chapter 2, verse 7, it started to deepen the word that he was speaking to me. Chapter 2, verse 7, in the Message translation. Are your ears awake? Listen. Listen to the wind words, the Spirit blowing through the churches. It's only half the verse, but that's the part I wanted to share with you. And it goes on, and through the rest of my reading of that, he was speaking to me in the same way, just telling me that there is a Spirit that's been sent into the church to speak to us, and we should be listening to that Spirit. And so I knew that that was part of what he was speaking to me on the porch when I went out to pray, but it still wasn't everything that I needed to then give to you. I only had a beginning part of it. I knew that the Holy Spirit was going to be sending, in fact had sent this wind, this Spirit into the church, and it was going to speak to us, so we should heed it, of course. But I still didn't know what this was about. Are we talking about X or Y? I don't know what he's going to lead me with this. So I kept it to myself on the back burner until he gave me a little bit more. And as I read through in various different days, he started to show me again and again. And he started to put this word together so I can give it to you now. One of the things that he showed me after I finished the book of Revelation, I of course just started with the book of Genesis and started reading through again. And as I came to the story of Noah, the Lord showed me how Noah, after the flood had happened, him, his family, and the animals were on the ark and just kind of adrift, you know, floating on this water. And they were, in essence, they're stranded until God changed something. They were stuck in this boat. And then the word tells us that he sent a wind. And that was a beginning of a breakthrough, a change for Noah and his family. Because the wind dried up the water, right, and gave them the opportunity to exit once God said, he's spoken this word, get out. Another point where he showed me this exact same situation used to have Moses and the Israelites, and they head out of Egypt, and they come to the Red Sea, and they have the Egyptians following behind them, and they're distraught, and they're praying, and it says that God sent an east wind. So this wind that God is speaking to me about, and He wants me to share with you, is your deliverance. He's already sent it. It's already taking shape. It's already changing the environment, changing the atmosphere, changing the situation in your favor, in your benefit. It's really important that you're listening right now to the Holy Spirit. Whatever He tells you to do at this point in time in your life, do it. Follow Him. Believe. Have faith. Very, very important right here. As always, if you'd like to support this ministry, please be sure to hit the share, like, and subscribe. That's the only type of support that I'll accept, and it helps a lot. Thank you. God bless. See you next one.